بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. يروي الإمام مسلم في صحيحه عن زيد بن أرقم رضي الله عنه قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. The hadith tonight is in collection of Imam Muslim. It's narrated to us by Zayd ibn Arqam. This is a very famous hadith. I'm only going to narrate the first piece of it because the second piece requires a lot of unpacking that I would have to take time to explain. It's not fit for a 5 to 7 minute Khaterah. But the first piece is simple and is very direct. It's to the point. The point which is the theme that we've been covering over the last maybe few weeks is holding fast to the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the way the Prophet ﷺ lived. And I'm trying to explain this issue from different angles because I think once you come to that conclusion that your only way out of this, the only way to make it out of life alive is to hold on to that book, is to hold on to the most precious thing that was ever presented to you within your lifetime, which is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's nothing more important, there's nothing more valuable. Wallahi, once you have it, once you learn it, once you memorize it, once you practice it, everything else will be so much less important to you. And you will lose interest in so many things. And this is something not, I feel, but I learned from my teachers is that everything else they'll give up. They'll give up everything, just not the Quran. You're willing to lose everything. You're willing to lose your profession and lose your wealth and lose your country and lose whatever it is that you love, just not lose one day the book of Allah. Just never actually lose your attachment to it, your understanding of it, your memorization, your adherence to the rulings of it. Because once you experience the beauty of it, once you understand what it does for you, it's no longer an option for this not to be your life anymore. And people can do what they want and say what they want and walk in any direction that they want. And you can be pressured and pushed and bullied and disappointed and frustrated, but you'll never, ever turn your back on what you found that is so real and so true. And that's what this theme is about. So this is what he said, alayhi salatu wasalam. This is one of his final ahadith. This is, in the collection of Imam Muslim, one of the last things he ever said. Not the last, but one of the last. قال أما بعد ألا أيها الناس فإنما أنا بشر يوشك أن يأتي رسول ربي فأجيب. He said, أما بعد. أما بعد means henceforward. And what this means is basically that he had started out by saying Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa nashhadu an la ilaha illallah. So he went through that beautiful beginning or introduction that he always did, alayhi salatu wasalam, only to deliver this piece of information by saying, I am only a human. I've never been more, nor am I less, nor have I ever claimed to be anything but human. And the messenger of my Lord very soon is going to come to me, and I'm going to have to respond to him. And what he's talking about, alayhi salatu wasalam, is death. Is that soon the angel of death, the messenger of God, will come and he'll call my name, and I'm going to have to respond, and I'm going to have to leave this world. It's coming soon. وأنا تارك فيكم الثقلين أولهما كتاب الله فيه الهدى والنور فخذوا بكتاب الله واستمسكوا به. So he said, alayhi salatu, I'm leaving amongst you the two heavies. ثقلين, the thiqal is something that has weight to it. And really, you'll go to the books of hadith and you'll find like 1,000 translations for this word. And all of them are just as good as the one I'm offering you. Because they don't really, this is impossible to translate because it's a figure of speech in Arabic that the Arabs themselves still don't fully understand what he meant by it. But the word thaqal means something that's heavy. And he said, I'm leaving two heavyweights amongst you. Two things that you must pay attention to, you have to carry well. You have to actually put your effort to make sure that you're able to support and take with you. I'm not going to talk about the second one. I'll talk about that in a different hadith, in a different session. But the first one, he said the book of Allah. Within it you will find the guidance and the enlightenment. So hold on to it tight and take it to your heart. It's as if he's saying, take the book and hold it close and hold tight. And do not like anyone to, if they pry it out of your fingers, you better be gone. If someone's prying the Quran out of your fingers, figuratively speaking, you better be not part of this world anymore. If you're still alive, then you're holding on to that book. You're holding on to everything that it represents, everything in it, all the meanings, all the rulings, all the beauty that it obtains, that it has on the inside. Every word that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in it is something you hold on to, and no one is taking that away. And if you do lose, you're not here anymore. That's it. That's what he said, alayhi salatu wasalam. I'm leaving soon. This is what he's saying. Hey, I'm leaving. I don't live forever. No one does. I'm leaving. And I've left two heavyweights amongst you. The first one, that book. You find your guidance and your enlightenment in it. Hold on to it with all of your might. Live and die with it. So either we take what he says عليه الصلاة والسلام or we don't. يروي الإمام مسلم في صحيحه عن زيد بن أرقم قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم أما بعد ألا أيها الناس فإنما أنا بشر يوشك أن يأتي رسول ربي فأجيب وأنا تارك فيكم الثقلين أولهما كتاب الله فيه الهدى والنور فخذوه واستمسكوا به صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. جزاكم الله خير. Thank you for coming and appreciate seeing